Alright, Greg Faxon here. I'm really excited for this video because I want to share a story with you that honestly I've only shared it with one or two other people, so I'm a little bit nervous. But if you bear with me, I think there's actually some real value that you can get out of it and apply to your own life. And so let's just jump right in. When I was in middle school, I had a sleepover with one of my best friends, and we were on the carpet in my living room. It was, midnight, it was 1 a.m., and we were talking about girls. And specifically, he wanted to know what type of girls I saw him with. So I was going through it. I said, okay, well, this girl's athletic. She's cute. You have this and this in common. I could kind of see you with her. And then I would name a different girl. After a while, I asked him, what type of girls do you see me with? Because I want to get in on it. I want to know. And I'll never forget what he said next, because he said, well, I don't really see you with any of them because you're kind of short. Right? So I'm hurt because we're in middle school. I'm already insecure. This is supposed to be my best friend. But listen to what I asked next. I asked him, okay, well, what if that didn't matter? So catch that. So I asked him, what if that didn't matter that I'm short? And at the time, I didn't realize what I was doing. But I was thinking about this today, and I realized everything that I've ever done and not sucked at has started with me asking the question of what if you were successful in this thing? Because when you start any new thing, when you get over any new area in your life, you're not really going to be sure if you can do it because you have no track record of doing it. And there's a quote from Muhammad Ali that I love. It goes, I'm the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was. So what is he talking about? Well, he had to act like the greatest before he could ever win any titles, before he could ever do anything. If he was waiting for that stuff, then it would kind of be a catch-22. He could never move forward. Another example is, I always remember wondering, am I the type of person who's an entrepreneur? There's all these articles online, are you the type of person who's an entrepreneur? And I started thinking about it and realized, well, an entrepreneur is just someone who starts stuff. So you really can never be an entrepreneur until you start something. And I was kind of waiting for something to get started out of nothing in order to call myself an entrepreneur. And I just never even started. Another example is people talk to me and they say, well, you do all this obstacle racing stuff. I could never do that. I could never run a marathon. And when I ask them why, they say, well, I'm not a runner. So, right, I'm not a runner. So I say, well, what if you were? What if you were the type of person who ran a marathon? And that usually gets them thinking. They say, well, I guess I'd have to get up a little bit earlier to get my training in. I would probably fix my diet. I would probably find someone to run with that was a little bit better than me. And if they would just start doing those things and act as if they were a marathoner, then their mindset would automatically change. But too often, I think we wait for our mindset to change in order to do something where, no, you actually just need to do the thing. And it'll all fall into place. So I really challenge you to take those beliefs that you have that are holding you back in certain areas and just ask what if. You don't even need to believe it, but just ask what if that wasn't the case, and then start acting like the person who it would be the case for. Does that make sense? So that's all I got for you for today. But if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear if it resonates with you or if you disagree with it. And especially let me know if you have an example of a time where you kind of questioned a belief that you had and you did a little experiment and it ended up working out well. So that's it for me. Thank you for listening and be well.